I love racing games, and the moment I saw Slipstream on the upcoming page on Steam, I knew I had to get it. A love letter to classic racing games, Slipstream takes the old school style and tweaks some mechanics here and there to make the game really feel special. My favorite part of the game is the drifting mechanic. I've tried my hardest to replicate this kind of drifting in my own games, but can never make it feel as good as they did. It takes a little bit to get used to, but once you do, it becomes so satisfying to hit the perfect drift. The soundtrack for this game is also a nostalgic punch to the ribs. It is so relaxing yet intense at the same time. I don't know how they did it. I often find myself pulling up the soundtrack to listen to while I work. If you enjoy arcade racing games, especially classic ones, this one is definitely worth your time.
When I think of indie games that I love, the first that comes to mind is always Death Road to Canada. This game is extremely charming. From the quips that come up to the wacky things you encounter, you never truly know what you're gonna find. This game is essentially a roguelike mixed with the Oregon Trail, and your goal is to get to Canada, the only place safe from the zombie apocalypse. You can meet new people on the way to help you on your journey, and find items that'll help you get there, like food to survive and weapons to fend off the zombies. The game is split into two main gameplay sections, the Oregon Trail-like part and the roguelike part. As you drive up to Canada, you'll be asked questions like, the path is blocked by zombies, what do you do? And your choices can be ram through them or find a detour or whatever. Depending on what your stats are, and honestly a little luck, will influence the outcome. You'll eventually get prompted to explore an area for supplies. This is where the roguelike comes in. Where you decide to explore will determine what you can find, and even how many zombies there are. For instance, searching a restaurant will probably net you a lot of food, but searching an abandoned safe house will probably have a lot of weapons. You luckily don't have to go on this venture, oh boy! You luckily don't have to go on this adventure alone, and can create you and your friends in this game to play as. It's a lot of fun seeing what crazy random people you can create. The more you play, the more traits and personalities you can unlock for them, which can affect what happens in the main game. Oh, and did I mention this game has local multiplayer? So you don't have to embark on this journey alone. And the music, oh my god, the music! It's so good! Even if this didn't convince you to buy the game right this second, I highly recommend listening to the game's soundtrack. You won't regret it for a second.
Alright, well this is my submission for the Love Indie event. I gotta say, my favorite indie game has to be, well, indie games would have to be the combination of Azure Striker Gunvolt 1 and 2. Man, I am so rusty at this. And that's how it's done. Not well, but done.
Hollow Knight can be described in one word to me: magic. The game leaves me in an endless state of wonder over its expansive world. The game blesses me with some absolutely mesmerizing art and character designs that are just my favorite type of look for a game. My ears are graced with this gorgeous soundtrack that fits the world ever so snugly. But most of all, the game is just so much fun to explore. Thanks to the very piece-it-together lore and silky smooth controls, you will never be bored as you trek through this massive underground basin, and every inch of it, from the forests to the dark caves, is engaging. You have so many options to explore with as well, from equipable charms to movement upgrades. You can learn extra attacks and upgrade all your health and damage. Every nook and cranny holds a piece of something that will benefit your gameplay experience tremendously. Oh, and did I mention this game is full of bugs? Get it? It's a pun. It's humor. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Help me. I love these bugs. Every last one of them. There's so much more I can say about this game that clearly isn't being shown by my awful, disgusting footage. Such as the amazing boss fights, extra modes, areas to explore, and did I mention all the amazing bugs? But for me, it really comes down to the exploration, the feeling of, I think today I'm going to go this way, explore all of this area, and if I have time, I'll fight this boss. And this can go on for weeks and weeks of boundless enjoyment, where the game will never cease to surprise you.